Hello and welcome back to the Menagerie series. We've made our trip to the Nether and we are back, and so in this episode we're going to start working on establishing our power supply, which, as I said previously in previous videos, I'm going to use Railcraft steam boilers, which will produce steam, and then I can feed that steam into various steam engines, which look like this: the hobbyist, commercial, and industrial steam engine. This is the lowest tier, and then commercial is the medium tier, industrial is the high-end steam engine. But to do that, we need to build a steam boiler first. And as I mentioned, one of the things that we need for that is we're going to be building a solid fueled boiler, and that requires these fire charges, which require the blaze powder, which was why we went to the Nether in the first place. The other thing that we're going to need to build is we're going to be building a low pressure tank, so we'll need these blocks. Each one of these requires iron plates, and those iron plates are made from iron, but they're made in a rolling machine. So a rolling machine is actually a machine that needs power, so it's a little bit ironic that we need to provide power to something in order to build something that will provide us with power. Whatever. Anyway, we can get around that because we will build this rolling machine, and then we're going to build a Stirling engine, which looks like, which one is it? This one here. And a Stirling engine is something that will provide energy just off of burning coal. The reason we're not going to use Stirling engines as our main power source, the reason why we're building a steam boiler, is because these are not terribly efficient, whereas once we have a steam boiler running, that's very highly efficient, and we would much rather use that instead of a Stirling engine. We're going to use the Stirling engine temporarily so that we can provide energy to the rolling machine. We may have to build two of them. I might as well just go ahead and build two. But ultimately, we're not going to want to use them for the long term. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we'll build is the rolling machine. There we go. And that's our rolling machine. That's good. Now, the next thing we're going to need to build, as I said, is the Stirling engines. And the Stirling engines look like this, cobblestone along the top, and that will be our Stirling engines. Now, another thing you'll need when you build something like this is levers, because the engines generally won't work by themselves, or they won't just run on by themselves. They have to have a lever which turns them on or turns them off. So I'm just going to grab two levers. Although I just realized now that I really only need one lever, but such is life. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I've gone down here and I have built what's going to be my power room where I'll put the steam boiler. And it's down this way. Again, I've dug down deep to give myself room. When I came down here, obviously, as you can see, this is the edge of the mountain. Actually, there's the house up there, but this is the edge of the mountain. So I decided I would just put glass here and make this sort of a lookout type of an area. And this will actually be beneficial too, because our various farms and other things will probably be out in this area, so we'll be able to do that. I have got zombies knocking on the door again. They do not take no for a hint, and there goes the breaking of my door. Hello! You broke my door and then you still stayed outside. You're so polite. Very, very nice guy. Okay, let's put my door back. Boop. And as you can see, I'm still having problems with zombies. Anyway, back down here to our steam boiler room. And I have already dug this out, and I've already put in a 3x3 pool of water that is 1 deep. That is going to be our water source for the steam boiler. We'll talk about that later when we get to it. So as I said, for now, temporarily, I'm going to put down rolling machine like so, and I'll just go ahead and put these Stirling engines, one on either side, and a lever like so to turn them on. So there's the rolling machine. So now all I need to do is put some coal into the Stirling machines like this, and then I just need to tell this what I want it to make. And in this case, I want it to make these iron plates. Now, 2 iron plates, let me go back to the boiler. 2 iron plates are required to make one of these blocks for the low pressure boiler tank, and I am going to want 12 of these, which means I need 24 plates, and I get I get 4 plates for 4 iron, so 24 pieces of iron is what I'm going to need for this. So we'll put that, like so, and we'll turn these engines on. You can see I'm running. There you go. And here's our progress bar. This is the meter that fills up with the power, but obviously as it gets a little bit of power, it's draining it down and using it to make these iron plates. So when these iron plates get done, oh, actually, you know what? What I will do while that is working is let's go back upstairs. Probably should make a crafting bench and put it down there for ease of convenience. But for now, we're going to fall down, and then we're going to get lost, and we're going to fall down again. And then eventually we'll make it over here. And let's go ahead and build the solid fueled fireboxes. I'm going to need 4 of these, actually. Let me take this around like so, and that'll give me my 4 solid fueled fireboxes. So we'll take our iron plate. There we go. And I'm going to shut these off because they don't need to be running when I'm not making anything. And I have my iron plates. And so now I do not need to go up there, because this recipe is simply like so. And that gives me my tank blocks. So I need 12 of those, and we have 12 of those. Great. So now I'm just going to go ahead and remove this stuff because it doesn't need to be here. There we go. And the lever. There we go. So now I just need to figure out where I'm going to put the steam boiler itself. And I think I'm going to put it right here in this corner. That will still give me sort of this glassy area to look out in. If I put it right here in the middle, it'll be kind of blocking things. It probably would look cool from the outside because you would look in and see this tank with all these pipes and stuff coming out of it. So, you know, maybe that's an idea too. Yeah, what the heck? Maybe I will do that. So anyway, simple thing. We just need to put the stuff down. We have the fuel boxes, which will go like so. And then you take your tank blocks, and we're going to put them, they are going to be 3 high. 1, 2, and let's see, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and of course I won't be able to put one there without falling down. So let's just take some wood real quick and just stack myself up. And once you place the last one, it kind of, if you saw that, it kind of joins together, and that will mean that you have made it correctly, which is good. And we'll just go back down. And so now we have our steam boiler, and there it is. Steam boiler works pretty simple. You need to provide it with water, or in this case, according to Railcraft, fluid.tile.water. That's just a coding thing. And then over here, we're going to put in the items that we're going to burn, which in our case is going to be coal. And the coal will get hot. It will burn off the water and turn it into steam, which will collect in this tank over here. What the ultimate end goal will be is we will be making a forestry tree farm, and then we will use that tree farm to grow and harvest trees, which we will turn into charcoal, and the charcoal will go into the steam boiler to provide us with steam, and that will be our power source. And we will also use some of that power to operate the tree farm itself. And so the nice thing there is we'll be creating for ourselves a renewable source of charcoal, which is the trees, in a small enough space, and then we won't ever have to worry about handling our power or manually filling up the steam boiler with coal or anything like that. The tree farm itself will provide us with all the charcoal, which will automatically feed into the steam boiler. Once we have that set up, that will take a bit, and then that will provide us with our power. So that's going to work out really, really nicely for us. So as I said, we need to provide this with water, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to suck the water up out of this pool with a Buildcraft pump, and then, as I said, we're going to pump that into a Railcraft tank. And tanks are made out of iron. Oops, apparently you can color the tank walls. I did not know you could do that. I may actually do that. Tank walls, which, require more iron plates, so we will put down, let's see, high pressure boiler, iron tank walls. Yeah, that's all we need. We're not going to build it out of steel. Iron tank walls, we will do that. So I need to get together the stuff I need for that, and once I get that ready, I will I will show you how it's done. Okay, I just want to show you real quick making the Buildcraft Pump, which is here. And we need a mining well first. We need an iron gear. That gives us the mining well. So we'll take that. In order to make a pump, we need some of these tanks, and we build a tank like that. We put the mining well over the tank, and we get a pump. So the pump is done. Now all I got to do is I've got to make a couple more things. The first is going to be the tank wall so we can build our water tank. And the second will be pipes so we can run the pipes. And we need to waterproof the pipes, and that requires cactus, which I found a desert earlier in my explorations, and I harvested some cactus. I don't want to use all of my cactus though, so I need to create for myself a renewable source of cactus. So I'm going to go out in the front yard, I think, maybe in the backyard, but the backyard's out of room. I ended up planting sugar canes out here in the backyard, so I would have a source of sugar canes and paper, primarily for the paper, because I need to build some books for my crafting my enchanting table. And of course this is the greatest of solutions because one of my sugar canes dropped down there. But for the most part, I build a harvest sugar canes, and I have that. So anyway, I will probably out in the front yard someplace just build a place, just put a place where I can harvest cactus, and I'll do that real quick. But I'll come back when I'm ready to build the rest of the stuff I need. Okay, I have made up a bunch of more steel or iron plates, and next thing I'm going to need to make is some iron fencing, which you make like this, and you get quite a, or iron bars, sorry, not iron fencing. Iron bars, you get quite a bit of those, so you make them like that. And we need to build a few different things for these tanks. We need to build one valve. The problem is the recipe for the valve automatically creates 8, and that's okay. Anyway, it looks like this. We get these iron tank valves. The next thing I'm going to want to build is iron tank gauges. Now, these are more decorative purposes, but I kind of like them, so I'm going to make them. And again, gives us 8 of them. That's all right, we'll take it. And then we need to make, sorry, I'm having all kinds of inventory issues here. And then we just need to make iron tank walls, which are made like so. So we will build the rest of these as iron tank walls. And I believe that's more. That might be all. I'm not going to use these last 4. I think I don't need those yet. Okay, so this is what we'll use to build our iron tank with. Now, the next thing I need to build is some pipes. I need to build some fluid transport pipes, and I'm going to build cobblestone fluid pipes. Gold fluid pipes, if you look here, it says golden fluid pipe, basic pipe, 40 MB per tick. That is 40 millibuckets per tick. The cobblestone fluid pipes are 10 millibuckets per tick. That's how much water those pipes move per tick, or how much fluid those pipes will move per tick. Now, I don't need it to be very fast, so I'm going to stick with the cobblestone pipes. Plus, I really don't have a lot of gold just yet, so I don't want to use up a lot of it. And in order to make the fluid pipe, I first make a regular transport pipe, which looks like that, and I have 8 of them. And I'm going to go ahead and build 2 sets of these so that I'll have 16, like so. Now, in order to turn them into fluid pipes, I need to wrap them with, I can't remember what it's called, but if I take cactus green and put that into the crafting bench, I will turn that into pipe sealant. That's what it's called. Pipe sealant, and then pipe sealant along with the cobblestone transport pipes will turn them into cobblestone fluid pipes. We're going to get out some of these lapis lazuli. So what I want to do is, if I put lapis in the middle of these iron tank valves, I should get an iron tank valve that's colored blue. And if I put it in the middle of these iron tank gauges, like so, and then in the middle of these, yeah, I get blue, which I think is appropriate considering that this is going to be used for water. And I might do that where it's sort of, I have color-coded tanks to indicate what is being stored in the tank. Not that I can't just look in the tank and see, but this is kind of fun. So the water tank that I'm going to build is 3 by 3 on the base level, and then it goes up 4 high. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start with these pieces, And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then this is the second level, the third level, and of course I can't reach the fourth level. So it's going to go like that all around, like so. Okay, and then the top will also be completely filled in like that. And these gauges go in the centers, and as I said, this is kind of decorative. It's basically just a window that allows you to look inside. And just like that, and you can see it kind of joined together there if you saw that. If you didn't, let's take this apart. And I can't get that, so I'll run in there and get it like this. Oh, when you break them, they turn back into the white color. Well, that's not good. All right, I'll have to remake those. So anyway, if you look here, everything looks separated. When you join them together and they become complete, see, they kind of join together. They've joined together. And I'll remake those so they're colored. And now, if I right-click on it, you can see I have an iron tank, stores 576,000 millibuckets. So that's 576 buckets of liquid, or fluid, I should say. And in our case, it's going to be water. Now, in order to get water into or out of, or fluids into or out of the tank, that's what I need these valves for. Or this will be the input anyway for the water. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to take this pump and I'm going to put it, I think I'm going to put it right here. And we should see, I thought we would see a little arm come out, but I can dig out the wall around it like so. Ah, there we go. This is the little pump thing. It'll go and splash into the water. That's what will draw out the water there. And we take our pipe that we made right there, and I believe probably doesn't matter what side it comes out of, so go like that, it'll come out of there, and go like that, and then that will pump the water into there. And so now I just need an engine on the pump in order to make it work. Let's say right there, that's good, and I'll put the lever to control it. Did I not pick up that lever? Okay, I'll just make another one, it's not a big deal. Like so, I probably didn't have enough room in my inventory to pick it up. Put some coal in it, and if I turn this on, it should now start pumping water. And there you can see the water is flowing out of there, and it will flow into the tank. And you can see it kind of flowing into the tank there. It's kind of a neat little graphic. And then it will start to slowly rise, and if I right-click on the tank, there you can see it is pumping water, and I already have 3 buckets of water. So that is our water tank, and I will fix this so that the color is all blue. I have to make some more. I do like that color. It's a little deep blue, but I do like the fact that it's blue for this water. That's really pretty cool. Okay, so the next thing I need to do actually is I need to add another valve, which will probably go here. And from that valve, we will take out water and put it into our steam boiler. So I believe it comes from the this colored side over to this light colored side. So if I pump, we'll see if it works. We should be able to see, there we go. There's the water flowing out of the tank and into the steam boiler. Except I don't see any here. It may be that it has to go to the bottom. So now all we need to do is use a, let's see, a cobblestone transport pipe to go like this. And that will transport it down into there. So let's see. Looks like now it actually is flowing. Yes, there you can see the water is filling up within the steam boiler itself. Okay, while the steam boiler is building up down there, I thought I would come up and just go ahead and make the commercial steam engine. It's really not too difficult. I made a few more iron plates over in my rolling machine. I already made the iron gears, which you've seen me make before, as well as the piston, piece of glass, and now we have a commercial steam engine. And as always, I'm probably going to need another lever, so just make another one of those just in case, like so. Good. And put some stuff away just in case. And, oh, forgot to turn that off. Let's go downstairs. By now, we probably have our steam boiler is full of water. And let's see what we got here. The steam boiler is definitely full. And this is still filling up as well, so we're going to do very good as far as water goes. Alright, so all you have to do is put the coal in. The burnable stuff goes in these 4 slots, so we'll put the coal in there. I think I could even use blaze rods if I wanted to. But I'm not going to. And this temperature gauge over here will begin to rise. It's at 24 degrees Celsius now. When it gets to 100 degrees Celsius, which I think is in this area somewhere, that's when it will begin to boil off the water and turn it into the steam. Now, the way these steam boilers work is the hotter the steam boiler is, the more efficient that it becomes. So it will actually rise to above 100 degrees Celsius. It will begin making the steam at 100 degrees Celsius, but it will get above that. And to build up to the heat takes quite a bit, and again is not very efficient. But once it gets up to the level, and once it gets very hot, then it begins to burn very efficiently and make steam very efficiently. So as much as possible, you want to keep it running at its hottest settings, because that is the how you will achieve the highest efficiency as far as what you're using. Of course, if you are producing just a gluttonous amount of coal or charcoal or whatever it is that you're using to fuel your steam boiler, then you probably don't necessarily care about the efficiency of it. But as much as possible, you're probably going to want to keep the efficiency as high as possible. I'm going to wait for this to get up to the 100 degrees Celsius, and we'll show you what happens when it gets there. Okay, so we are at 104 degrees Celsius. We are generating steam, and you can see the water will dip a little bit as it gets turned into steam, but it's being filled up because I have it being piped in from here. And again, water is still filling here. My Stirling engine will eventually run out of coal, but there you have it. We're producing steam. And so now that I have the steam, all I need to use, and I have to use fluid pipes. Steam is considered a fluid, at least in this game. But if I take a fluid pipe, oops, I can say run it, and you can see it automatically forces the steam into the pipe. I can generate it, or I can run it down to here, and I don't have a particular use yet, but if I, oh, well, that's not how I want to do that. Let me take this out. Let me do this instead. Let me run up real quick. I should have been better prepared for this. But let me run up here real quick, and let's grab that rolling machine. Oh, where did you come from? Oh, gosh dang it, you stupid creeper. Oh, well, at least I caught that on video for you guys. I missed when the ogre came and blew up the front part of my house. Gosh, that blast went far, didn't it? Okay, that goes there. Put you away for now. Let's take you out. And fix that like so. Put you, oops, wrong spot. Put you in there. And I will rebuild this later. I know there's plenty of light in here. Jeez. Okay, anyway. Back to what we were doing. Take out this rolling machine. Yeah, take out the rolling machine. Let's go back downstairs. Stupid, stupid creeper. Oh, goodness. Okay. Steady my nerves with some baked potato. So let's say I put my rolling machine here. I can take my steam engine and put it there. And then the steam engine should... Oh, I need to power it. Where's my lever? There it is. So if I turn this on, it should start working. It fills up with steam, and as you can see, it generates a certain amount of power, and then this will start filling up with power as well. And so if I want to make iron plates, I can do that with the steam engine. It takes a while for the steam engine to get up to where it's supposed to be, but there you can see the steam engine is coming down, or the steam levels are fluctuating because it's generating steam, but I'm also using steam. So there you go. 2 megajoule Minecraft joules, and as you can see, I am making the iron plates. So I didn't need the iron plates, but I just wanted to show you how it works. So there you go. I will be feeding steam out of the steam boiler into steam engines, which will generate power that I will use for whatever I need. I will actually probably use gold steam pipes for that, because that's a case where I do want the steam to travel as quickly as possible, because you can see it's hard for this to keep a steady level of steam. But anyway, that's it for now. The steam boiler is done. We built a Railcraft tank to hold some water. We built our steam boiler, and we showed that we can use it to power things. Next episode, we're going to work on building a tree farm. And I believe the tree farm is going to go somewhere right out in this area. And we will build a tree farm, and well, that's basically it. We'll build a tree farm, and like I said, that will provide us with the wood, which will turn into charcoal, which will be what we will use to power our big steam boiler. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.